We first need to damp our paper. We use this clean distilled water onto our paper, and we place it on top of a newsprint so that we can keep the paper moist and ready for printing our first print. I am placing it onto this plastic bag because the weather is quite hot in the studio, and now I will be preparing the inks with Japanese rice glue and some gouache paint, using this copper color, combining it with another color. So you place 50-50 of the rice glue and the gouache. You add a little bit of water into it as well. I'm adding a little bit of yellow as well, so I'm preparing both inks, and I will be mixing them by adding water to them, just to make them fluid enough. The more Japanese rice glue you put, the more translucent the image will become. We apply the prepared ink with a brush onto our wood, and then we use the brush to even it out and make it nice and thin. And then I'm going to place it in my registration, where I will get my paper out and make sure that it's not wet but damp, and place it on top of the registration. Then I use an acetate and a Japanese baron to press down onto the surface to create the first print. And you work from corner to corner, remove the acrylic and then remove the paper, and we'll have our first print. The second print comes, but we first need to re-dampen our paper, and I do these with the same brush and distilled water, and I work with the pack that I've had. Then printing second color, which is a burnt sienna, apply the color to it and brush it out the same way I did with the first color. I try to add a little bit more tone in the top area there, and I brush it down again. I'll add a little bit more because I definitely want to have a bit of a gradient there. So these are part of the tips that you could play with, or you could do rainbow colors within the same surface. And then I'm placing it to print on top of my first color and put it in the registration. And again, I'm looking for my acetate, where I can then use the Japanese baron to press down and get the print from the image that I'm trying to build up. I will probably continue working with other layers until I am satisfied with the image. And here is the result. And here it is.